I'd like to thank Amanda for being here with us today and for being willing to share her story with us. We're sharing transformation stories here. This is a transformation series, and we just want to really inspire people that the small steps that we take daily can make a really big change in our lives. And Amanda is a really good example of this, so that's why I asked her to share her story with us here. Is only 10 months ago, actually, that Amanda decided to take this challenge to see if she could really improve her health, if she could really take steps to change how she was feeling. And so 10 months ago, she accepted that challenge. And Amanda, maybe you could just jump right in and share with us, first of all, how did you feel prior to taking this challenge? What was your life like?
For sure. I was, okay, so I have two kids. They're 6 and 4, almost 5 as the youngest. And after my first was born, I suffered from really bad, or I guess postpartum depression. I don't know if it was really bad, but I suffered from postpartum depression. And it just kind of, I feel like it just turned into regular depression because it never really went away after my oldest. And so it was something I've been suffering with for, well, she's 6.5 now. So I've been dealing with it since pretty much she was born. So that was probably the biggest thing that was going on. So as Julie mentioned, I've been using the products since last September, and the previous winter, my depression had been really, really bad. And so I was just in a not really good place. Another thing too, I hadn't really lost any of the weight I had put on after babies. And so my doctor was concerned as my triglyceride levels were really high and my cholesterol was high. And so there was definitely some concerns. I had also was really tired all the time. To the point where my doctor put me on some thyroid medication, thinking that would help. So, just was not in a really healthy place before I took on the challenge.
Okay, and I mean, it sounds like you had a lot going on, and at least you were aware of the fact that, okay, maybe this isn't normal. Maybe I can change this. Maybe I can make changes, because there might be some people listening right now who think that that's normal, who have completely normalized all their symptoms, and they think, well, this is just how it is. And so I would love for you to help encourage them that you can make changes that will help you feel better. So when did you, I guess it was 10 months ago that you decided to take the challenge, but what did you feel after you started doing this challenge, after you started changing things? How did things improve for you?
It was significant, and it happened very quickly. I probably started noticing results within 2 weeks. I had just a lot more energy. I started losing some of the weight. And yeah, I think energy and my mood just improved significantly. That was probably the 2 biggest things I noticed right away.
Okay. And now I know one of the things that you decided to do was you decided to partner up with a certain brand. Now, can you share with us what that brand is, and why did you decide to take a look at that brand?
Right. So I decided to join, to pair up with Shaklee. And one of my really good friends that I've known for many years had been a part of Shaklee. Was probably going on 9-10 years, somewhere in there, I think. And so I was aware of the brand, but to be honest, was involved in another company, and so just didn't even think about looking at it until my health concerns really just got to be a lot. And she just said, like, I really believe these products can help you. And so when she shared that with me, I thought, you know what, let's give it a shot. Cause I knew, like you said, I knew it wasn't normal. And I was tired of feeling this way. And I knew, like, I was on antidepressants and I was on thyroid medication, but I really just didn't, I felt there was a better option than medication. I'm like, I'm too young to be on medication for the rest of my life. I wasn't ready to do that. And so, I was open to hearing other alternatives for sure.
Awesome. So you were on other brands, but now you switched brands. And so it's a difference. So we always say to people, quality does count.
Oh, for sure.
One of the reasons I know for myself over 20 years ago when I chose this brand is because I knew that when I looked at the label, I knew that was going to be in the bottle with no contaminants. And I also knew it was going to be bioavailable. It was going to get to my cells and actually help me. And one of the other things we love about this brand is that it's very foundational. It's all about just fueling the cells, the building blocks, what they need to build health. So
Right.
that makes a big difference. Quality does determine results. And so you're living proof of that. I love how you proved it that way. So can you share with us maybe what was one of the first products or the first few products that you tried that you would say, okay, now I see a difference?
Right. Because I actually decided to jump in and join the business because it was so life-changing for me. But I think the foundation is what made the biggest difference. So starting with a life shake on a daily basis and the vitalizer I started with. And then I added the Vivix product, which is a phenomenal product. If you are curious about, we will tell you more. But I think those three things were huge for me in just getting that energy level back. And then with that, I think my mood too. I mean, I was adding some extra stuff too, just some extra B's and D's and stuff just to help with my depression and stuff. But I think the core for sure was the biggest thing that made the difference.
Okay, awesome. So that's a major part of our Prove It Challenge as well. So we're asking people to take the Prove It Challenge, and it's just 30 days. We say to people, just take health for a trial run for 30 days, give it a try, and see if it can make a difference. And so part of this Prove It Challenge is we usually kickstart it with a 7-day cleanse. So you've recently done a cleanse as well, right?
Yes. And I actually did kickstart my journey with the 7-day cleanse as well. And yeah, so I think that was also a big part of what, like the cleanse, starting with that and then jumping in with, I was doing a bit of the weight loss program as well. But just the cleanse and then the vitalizer strip and the shakes on a daily basis. Yeah, was amazing. And like, I felt so much better after the cleanse.
Awesome. So basically what you were taught to do is eat clean and fuel your health, and you dumped some junk. And you've been doing it consistently for 10 months, right? Okay. And so after the 10 months, what would you say now is the biggest change for you?
Oh, goodness. It's hard to say because I seriously feel like a completely different person. I lost just over 20 pounds.
Good job.
Yeah. So I feel, that alone just helps with feeling better, but I just have way more energy. I have my depression. So I should say I've been working with my doctor to get off of my depression meds. I'm almost off, which is very exciting. I've been able to get off my thyroid medication. Some of the things that we talked earlier about, how we normalize things, how we think that things are normal. I had suffered with allergies for 12 plus years using a nasal spray on a daily basis. And I was able to get off of that completely and have been only using Shaklee products for that. And then the other thing that I didn't even think about is headaches. I suffered from headaches all the time. And so then when I started using the products, I didn't even think about it affecting my headaches until I ran out of something. And my friend, she's like, so how have your headaches been? And it was funny because I was like, I've actually had a headache all week. So needless to say, I was very quick to order my Vivix again. That was the one that really helped with my headaches. But yeah, I feel like a completely different person. It's amazing.
Well, I'm really glad that you decided to take the challenge for your own health, but also because I know you've impacted a lot of other people. So it's impacted your health, but also your lifestyle, and you've had some wonderful experiences just because you've decided to share healthy living and encourage other people to do the same thing. And I'm just really glad that you've decided to do that. And now, if you were to try to encourage somebody else to do this Prove It Challenge, what would you say to them? If somebody was, say, sitting on the fence and they're like, oh, this might not work for me, what would you say to encourage them?
You've got nothing to lose. Shaklee offers 100% money back guarantee. So you can use the products till they're empty. And if you decide that you didn't get the results you wanted, we offer 100% money back guarantee. So you really have nothing to lose except for some not great feelings. You're only going to feel better. And yeah, it's worth it. It is worth it. Your health is worth it. You can't go buy a new body, but you can you need to take care of the one you have, right? And so if you're not going to invest in your health now, you're going to be investing in it in the future, and it's not going to look as pretty, right? Like it's, you either invest in your health now or your sickness later or something. I don't know. Somebody coined that phrase so well the other day, and I can't remember how to say it, but it was so good. And I'm like, it's very true. I'd rather invest in my health now so I can live the best years, especially with my kids. We were, being older when we have them. I want to be at my prime for them. So yeah.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much, Amanda. I hope that everybody who hears this is encouraged and inspired to live each day and live it well. And I just really encourage you to reach out to Amanda or whoever shared this video with you, and ask them about the Prove It Challenge. Ask them about, how can you feel better too? Because if you listen, we weren't talking about how to address different symptoms. We were just talking about how to build health overall. And by doing that, all these other little symptoms fell away. Now, one little thing I will mention is that Amanda mentioned, coming off antidepressants and whatnot. And while your body gets healthier, sometimes that is one of the side benefits that happens. You get off your medications. But we also want to encourage people that, sometimes there are people that need small medications. We're not saying you have to stay off all meds. We don't endorse that at all. But as your body gets healthier, beware. You might be having to go to your doctor and get some medications adjusted and lessened because your body can work better. So that's one of the things that we also really love seeing. So Amanda, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. I really appreciate it.
You're
Have
welcome.
a good day.
Thanks, you too.